Welcome to the Oakland's channel. Thanks for watching today. And the TMNT recently celebrated their 40th anniversary this past year with a heck of a lot of collectibles and figures to go along with that. And there was one line I really wanted to pick up, but I never got around to it, and that was the original sketch figures of all four of the turtles. Now, my buddy Brian, he was at Target about a month or so ago. He was able to pick up both Raphael and Donatello. Weird way to hold it here. Raphael and Donatello. And he was able to pick up both of them for just $4.49 each. And he gave them to me as a birthday present since my birthday was this past month. And obviously, if I have two of them and I want to display them, I want to have the full series here. And so I went on eBay and I was able to get Leonardo for just $8. Pretty good steal on that. And then there's Michelangelo, the hardest of the four turtles to find. He tends to go for over $20 already on like eBay and sites like that. I was able to find one copy for $15, and so I had to pay full price for Michelangelo. But if you are interested in collecting these, I'd probably start with him and then work your way back for the other ones, because his value tends to be skyrocketing a little bit faster for whatever reason. I'm not sure. But for today's video, we're going to do a chill unboxing here. We're going to take every single one of these out of the package, do a full display, and talk about what we like, what we dislike, and just sort of discuss some turtle memories as we go at the same time. As we're going through it, feel free to drop your own favorite turtle memories in the comments down below or your thoughts about these figures. But let's go ahead and start unboxing them here. All right, so first up we have Donatello, and I know like one of the original criticisms of this particular set when it came out is they decided to do actual colored bands for the turtles instead of just simply using red bands for all of them. And I get that, that's fine, but one thing I do like about it is the color of the turtles themselves match up with the original action figures. And so like the actual skin tone of all the colors or all the turtles here are actually going to match up. And I think that's a pretty cool little addition. And I don't know, the color bandanas really doesn't bother me a heck of a lot here. And we're obviously going to get the original sketch reprint inside the box as well. So let's go ahead and open this little sucker up here. All right, so we do have the original sketch artwork here. And I have to say, like, I was expecting it to be more of a I guess comic book style, and the idea is not even like lined up on the left and on the right equally. It's a little annoying, but it's going to be the exact same for all four turtles. I was hoping to be more individualistic, but that is okay. You know, that's not a big deal. Obviously, the figure themselves is what we are most interested in here. So every one of the figures is also going to come with a little stand that they go on, and I like that. You know, because sometimes you have trouble getting the turtles to actually stand up the way that you want them to. And so the idea that we have a little stand here, that is definitely a huge plus. There we go. So there's the stand for Donatello. And that's part of the reason I wanted all four of the turtles, is because I didn't want to have like part of the stand put together, especially if it didn't like connect together very well. And so let's go and get to Donatello himself. Is he tied in there? He is tied in there. I don't believe the ooze canister is tied in there. There's the ooze canister. Obviously been broken open there. Sort of odd how it has like the little plastic pieces on the side there. Can you see that like sticking out? I'm not really sure what that's all about. It sort of takes away from the imagery. Maybe that something goes in there. Oh, is that where the hang on. Does that fit in there like that? It does. Okay, so now if you want to display it, you can display that. So it is not odd. It's actually a cool little feature. But if I'm going to display all four turtles and they all have the same artwork, that makes it a little less cool. We'll see if we can do something with that toward the end here. We do have the bow, and you can see the bow. Excellent quality. Paint job, top tier. I like how it's not just a perfectly straight bow. Actually represents a a karate stick that he might actually use. Let's go ahead and get Donatello himself out. So Donatello is officially out of the box here. Lots of points of articulation. That is actually very impressive, all those points of articulation. Reminds me of the same type of ball joints that were used for the Tales of the Mutant Mayhem turtles. So these do not necessarily bend right there. Those are just simply rotation joints. No, I take it back. Those are bend joints. There we go. I did not realize it. So tons of points of articulation. Now, paint job, top tier. I really do like the paint job on here. I know some people, like I said earlier, don't like the bandanas, but I think it looks cool. I love the overall tone of the turtles. I think it looks just like the original ones from I had growing up, and so I really do appreciate that. Let's get this weapon in his hand here. There we go. I assume that's going to be the best bet for him, and so there we go. Donatello, top tier. I have to say, little sketch marks on him there. This was the overall cartoon, just sort of the animation of like how his head is shaped. Looks far more like an actual turtle when you can see like how his head sort of pops out of the shell. Great, great turtle. Now, as far as like on here, you just simply place him on there, and he is steady, good to go. Now we'll look how he, of course, comes into play with the other turtles. But my gosh, Donatello, I'm actually pretty darn excited to display these turtles on the shelf. Let's go and get on to the next turtle here. All right, so next up we have a Raphael, and of course, obviously he's going to have the red bandanas because he's the the red turtle here. And got his size up here. He's obviously got a katana. I don't remember him having a katana. Perhaps that's in the original comics. Probably is. Everything else looks pretty much the same. Let's go ahead and get him out of the box as well. So we look in here. It is once again the exact same sketch turtle artwork. So a little disappointed on that, but that's okay. You know, let's go and get the weapons out. The size are really fantastic looking. I like that little paint job with a little gold down here at the bottom. I actually really like, a little extra red up there. Is that going to come off? It doesn't come off. We'll just say it's a little blood stain that he's been taking out some foot soldiers with. But anyway, I do like how it's got a little bit of curve to it, a little more, almost like a organic shape. And so this one has pretty much the exact same effect. It's got a little bit of black on the paint. I mean, looks like it maybe got burnt in the factory a little bit, perhaps. I don't know, but you know, it is what it is. The I can't say it right. Do I want to say container or canister? I think I've combined it to be catanister, which obviously is not a word. This looks exactly the same as Donatello's. I don't think there's any difference between the two, so I guess it doesn't matter if we get them mixed up. But that's going to be Raphael's. And let's look at the rest of his weapons. He got a little katana. Great. Little katana holder here. Let's go and get the katana out and put it inside there. See if we can. That's weird. They like put it behind it. Let's go ahead and get him out like this so we can get this part done. Alright, let's see. It has to bend its way out. And we're going to see if the action works effectively here. And it does. Look at that. That is a perfect fit. That's actually a pretty sweet looking weapon. I'm not going to lie. I hope Leonardo's look as good as that one does, because that is truly top tier. Let's go ahead and get him out of here. All right, so Raphael is officially out of the package. The same points of articulation here for him. On the back, I assume this is where the katana is going to go. Let's see how well that goes in there. And perfect. That is a good fit. Did I have it on backwards? No, it has to go that way. It's a little low. I mean, I guess that's how he would reach back and grab it. I mean, that's pretty darn effective as far as like movement goes. And so I guess it's in the right spot. As far as size, do they fit in these perfectly? They do. That is nifty as all get out. Looks very organic there. I like the way Raphael looks, honestly. They kept the same color scheme as the original Raphael. Let's get his size in his hands. Boy, they are tough to fit in there. But if they're tough to fit in there, they're also going to be tough to come out, which ultimately is going to be a good thing when it comes to these action figures, because you don't want them just, good Lord, though. You don't want them just sort of flopping all around which way. But let's see if we can get it in there a little bit smoother than what I'm doing. Okay, boy. I have to say now that it's in his hand, it looks a little small, but that could just be my imagination now. And so you can see it there. I guess it is my imagination. It looks pretty good like that. I'm probably just going to leave one in for him. Let's get the platform out here. Let's see, is it the exact same platform as the other turtle? I sort of envision them being different, but they may all end up actually being exactly the same. It does appear that they might actually be all the same. Let's stick him on a platform, and we want to go ahead and see if we can get them together. Let's see. There we go. So we got two of them together already. How's that fit together? Okay, so it's not exactly the same platform. I don't think that's how they go together. Perhaps they go together back here. I don't know. We'll look up that later. But for right now, we have two of the four turtles. And excellent. Let's compare Raphael. Paint job wise, pretty darn close to the, it is technically the reissue here himself, but you can see pretty darn close to the reissue paint job color. And once again, I do like that they're trying to keep that original paint job on there. So these are the two I got or Brian got me for my birthday. Once again, thank you, Brian. Excellent turtles. I'm very excited to display those. The next one, price-wise, which was Leonardo. Now, Leonardo, as you can see here, it does look like it has the exact same katanas as Raphael, which I'm very excited for. Paint job looks just as good. Same canister over here. But man, you'd think I didn't know how to talk a little bit, but you know, sometimes I wonder I wonder myself about that. As we're looking at it, once again, unsurprisingly, the same artwork there. Same, I'm assuming, let's just make sure though. Yep, same canister. Weapon-wise, that's a interesting way they put them in there. We got one katana. I believe that's exactly the same. Yeah, I'm looking at it the same as Raphael's, pretty much completely. The second katana, that is a cool way to put in the packaging. I'm not going to lie. I like that a good bit. And that one is going to be held in there with a fastener. So let's go ahead and take him out. And let's undo all the fastening here. All right, so we got him out here. He's looking off to the side, looking like he's a little bit too cool for the show. But anyway, the original colors, or not original colors, the blue colors there, just like the rest of them, same points of articulation. I do like how every single one of these is a little bit different of a mold as well. They're not all exactly the same mold, just simply swapping out the heads. They are all their own individual molds, which makes all the turtles be a little bit different in their own right. Let's go ahead and get the katanas here. Let's see, I guess one goes... I want that crisscross action. Can we get that crisscross action? According to the box, that is how they're lined up. And that looks absolutely terrible on the back. But according to the box, that has to be how they're done. Right? Right? I don't know. You know what? Let's just do it how I liked it to begin with. And let's just go with that. Because it is my action figure. And we're going to do it how I like it since it's my action figure. There's no reason to cave into the crowd. We're going to do it how I like it. Because it is my Leonardo. And so we'll put one sword in this hand over here, and there we go. We have both of them out there. Leonardo is looking fantastic. And so look, we do need to compare it to the original figure here. Color wise, matches up fantastic. Love to see that. And so that gun, look, it's like bent a little bit, that sword. No. Oh well, is this one bent? They're both bent a little bit, and that's, I don't know. That's okay. We'll work through it. Not the end of the world. As far as this little platform here, we do have a different platform. This one actually has a little sewer cover, a little manhole on it. So Leonardo, I was going to assume, will have the front position, being the leader of the turtles. Let's see. Yes, it goes just like that. And Leonardo is supposed to be positioned as such on the manhole. There we go. Leonardo's position accomplished. So we'll get him all placed in here. Let's go ahead and, you know, supposed to go like this. Do they latch? They don't latch. I mean, they sort of latch, but there's not like a click. You know, you always want a click. There is no click. It just sort of sits together. That's all right. No click, but, you know, how often are you going to be moving it anyway? And so all we lack now is having Raphael here in the background. I'm going to have to readjust them as far as like their weapons and whatnot go here in a little bit. But we do need one more. We need Michelangelo now to finish it up. The most expensive of the crew. If you're buying them on your own when they first came out, they were all the same price. But like I said, the most expensive of the crew at the moment. We're looking at him here. Color-wise, matches up perfectly. And that is something I truly do love seeing. I know some people didn't like that the weapons were also the different colors. I don't know, all that seems so minor to me. I think it's a great looking turtle, and let's go ahead and open him up as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get him out of here. And same thing, canister, looks just like the rest of them. We have his little setup thing here. Obviously, he's gonna be sitting on a box. So Michelangelo is moving, literally moving up in the world, sitting on a little box here. We'll have him on that box here in a little bit. And we have all of his weapons. Well, I like how they're like actual chains. Now that is innovative. I do like that. I like how they actual chains for the nunchucks, as opposed to just simply always having little plastic pieces. Excellent addition. Let's go ahead and get him out of here. So Michelangelo is officially out of the box. And let's see here. When it comes to his articulation, they are a little more stiff, which is fine. It's just simply a difference in the plastic molds there. Now look on the back here. He actually has a spot on the back of his hands to help hold the nunchucks in. And I guess that's part of the comics. Man, I don't remember. Still sort of cool, you know. And let's see. Let's get him on the back of the hand there. That action is, yeah, they were. That is certainly along with, I do remember that now. And so we have it on the back. It almost looks like he has iron or what's it called? Iron knuckles, steel knuckles, metal knuckles, bloody knuckles. What is the term for that? The knuckles they put on their hands was illegal when we were growing up. Daggum, what's it called? It's on the tip of my tongue. I don't know. But anyway, he does have that. Let's go ahead and get this in his hand as well. And so you can see here, Michelangelo, that is fantastic. And so we have right here all the little sketch marks. I do love the sketch marks. I believe the original figures, some of those also had sketch marks as well. I have to say, I really love the way they actually look like real turtles in these, more so than the some of the later designs and whatnot. You know, they really do feel like a little neck coming out just like a turtle, little arms coming out just like a turtle. These are really darn good looking figures. And so paint job is just top tier. Only paint job problem I saw was on Raphael's size. They had like a little burn mark almost. But outside of that, everything about these figures, the paint job is truly just wonderfully done. But let's go ahead and get him on his little stand here. His stand, we are going to have the extra. Because remember, we have the little crate he gets to stand on. For the stand, this should be pretty self-explanatory, I would think. Goes on there just like that. Well, that was simple, wasn't it? And then Michelangelo will stand on the box. Why does Michelangelo get the box? Because Michelangelo is special in order to have that box. So this right there is the reason he's the harder of the figures to find. Well, let's go ahead and get them all put together here. And so let's see. Now, obviously, like I said, I'm going to have to reposition them and whatnot. And I'll also try to do a different camera angle when I get them all on here correctly. But they're obviously going to have to be positioned correctly in order to fit accordingly. And then I'll probably take them apart in order to get them put on my shelf behind me here. But let's see here. I guess when you do fit all four of them together, they do come along a good bit better. You know what? We do need to change this camera. Y'all need to be able to see a little bit better of what's happening here when it comes to positioning them. Sorry I put my hand right there in the way. You can see a little bit behind the scenes as far as the junk I have just created here. So we have Michelangelo just like that. Raphael, I have him sort of ducking out. His leg is going to come out a little bit more like this. And then off to the side. Raphael now has the official position that is on the actual box there. So we are quite proud to actually have him in that position. I just also noticed that Michelangelo doesn't have a belt. So I suppose that's part of the original. I just don't simply remember on that. Oh, they got two hands for Leonardo holding his sword here. Leonardo looking ferocious coming off to the side. I don't like how Raphael's head is like hidden a little bit. But you know, it is sort of what it is. And then we got Donatello coming here on the other side. He's got both hands on the bow. I guess we can do it that way. Not a big deal. Let's go ahead. The bow is the easiest of all of them to actually get in his hands. That makes sense because, you know, the bandages for both sides. And he's holding it straight up. We're going to have him off to the side. That's fine. Ours. Donatello's got like his own little space. Leonardo's like really crowding Raphael over here and giving Donatello like all the room that he could possibly need. They should have put Leonardo a little bit more in the center. But there we have it. I mean, we'll do a more zoom in on it, but that's the positioning. The positioning is very difficult to get on there exactly right. I still don't like how Leonardo's arm is done exactly like that, but otherwise, this is a fantastic looking display. Let's put it on the shelf behind us. And so there we have it. Set up on the final shelf, good to go. And I have to say, it's probably like one of my favorite turtle sets that I have. I love the original old sketch artwork for them. I love the way they look as far as like their different expressions, the way they're holding their weapons. It all comes together just wonderfully when you put them all together. I did have my doubts as I was trying to bend all the little, you know, joints and whatnot, but it did come out absolutely fantastic. And it is a wonderful display piece. Very glad I got it. Even if you had to pay full price for all of these, I feel like it's probably worth it. But I don't know, especially if you get them on sale, definitely pick these turtles up. 100% worth the money. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Check my other videos listed up above and go out there, find a great game to play, and have a great rest of the day. And guys, I almost forgot the ooze off to the side. We have the ooze. I only put up one of the displays because there's no reason to have 4 individual displays behind all of them. And so there they are with the actual ooze containers or canisters, not contanisters behind them. But have a great day, guys.